Hey everyone, this video is about cashback, okay? I'm going to try and just explain everything that I know about cashback, assuming that you don't know anything about it. So we're going to start with some basics, okay? First, we're going to start with Google, because all things in life start with a Google search, right? So we're going to search for Walmart cashback websites. Your cashback experience has a lot to do with what source you use. So in this video, I'm going to be doing everything with Walmart because Walmart is the only source that I use. Keep in mind that you can use cashback on different retailers. Some you can't, most you can. It's just different percentages. All the retailers are different, right? So a good place to start if you're looking into cashback is you want to Google your retailer and then do cashback websites afterwards. This brings up a couple different kinds of links. So we can click on the first one here. And what this is a list of a bunch of different cashback websites for that particular retailer. So now instead of having to find these or identify them or try and do research for them, they are all right here. Now, one thing I really encourage you to do, here, let me zoom in some more so you guys can see this. I really encourage you to not pay any attention at all to the reviews. Cashback is something that's so saturated with people who just count their chickens before they hatch, and then they think that they have thousands of dollars, and then they don't, and then they act like the cashback website stole their money, and it's complicated. Long story short, don't pay any attention to the reviews. Try websites out, and if you don't have a good experience, then don't use them and use a different one. Personally, my two favorite are uPromise and Top Cashback. So those are the two that I'm going to be talking about. All right. And ironically here, look at this. Okay. 5% uPromise, 1.5 stars. That looks horrible, right? Again, my favorite websites are ones with bad reviews. Then my other website is Top Cashback. And look at this. Top Cashback, 3%, 1.5 stars. It's absolutely horrible. It's hilarious. Anyway. So now let's get more into what cashback actually is. First, I want to show you it's a real thing, okay? You get lots of money from it, lots of money. I've been paid $3,000 from Top Cashback. This isn't money that I'm owed, or it's not money that is pending. This is money that has already been put into my PayPal account. They've already given me this money. And uPromise has already funded me $1,000. Okay? Pretty cool. So, how does this work, right? Because right now, you guys have seen that, okay, you can get money from it. I've gotten $4,000 from cashback. That's good. But what does it do? So this is, it's affiliate stuff, basically. I don't know if you know much about affiliate links and that kind of thing, but here we go. Let's go full face real quick. Okay. So you have to think about you are a potential customer to, let's say, Walmart.com, okay? Normally you would just go to Walmart.com and then you would buy something. So the way cashback works is instead of going to Walmart.com, you go to a cashback website. And then the cashback website goes to Walmart.com and is like, hey, here's a customer from me. Give me a percentage of what they buy. And then Walmart sends a percentage to the cashback website. And then the cashback website sends a percentage to you, right? So there's some variance here because the cashback website, depending on the retailer and depending on which cashback website it is, it might give you everything that Walmart gives, or it might give you none, or a very small amount. It might pass on the seasonal fluctuations in Walmart, the retailer's cashback, it might pass those on to you. Like Top Cashback does that. It goes from the typical 3 or 4% to like 10% sometimes. Or they may just, if different cashback websites may just not give you that, you know. There's a whole bunch of variety in cashback websites, and it's really something you got to try, because like you got to try different versions of, because what works best for you really has a lot to do with what retailer you use and the kind of stuff you drop ship. It's not as simple as like, oh, this is the best cashback website. It doesn't work that way. So what else can I tell you about cashback? Okay, gift cards can sometimes cause complications with cashback. So I haven't talked to you guys about gift cards yet, but that's going to be the next video. But you can think of gift cards as a way to just be more profitable, right? Get some percentages back, higher margins, that kind of thing. Well, some retailers don't allow you to use cashback on purchases that you made with gift cards. Walmart isn't one of those retailers, so it doesn't affect me in any way. I can use both. But you have to keep in mind that some retailers don't like honoring cashback, okay? And it's not as simple as like, okay, let's show you some more screen stuff. We're going to show more about the cashback process itself and how it works, okay? Because now I've just kind of talked to you guys about it, but now let's actually show you what's going on. So let's act like I'm going to place an order. I'm going to go to uPromise. I'm going to search for walmart.com or Walmart. Yeah, here we go, Walmart. And then there's a link here, okay? I know it's all, here we go, let's make it bigger. Okay, so I search for Walmart, here's the retailer, and then I can click this button. Oh, look at this. Now, aha, we're on Walmart's website. Here, it's important that your cart has to be empty, okay? That helps cashback work best. You also have to make sure that you don't have ad block or certain like extensions that block that kind of stuff, or block cookies, because that's how cashbacks like works basically. So let's search for something. Let's say this thing looks cool. All right, and let's act like we're gonna buy something. Here we go. So say we bought this. All we would need to do is just, you know, keep going forward, add this to the cart, and continue that way. Everything at this point is as normal. There's no extra steps here. At some point after making this purchase, you'll get an email from uPromise. So that's something I can show you. Here we go. So you'll get an email like this. Look at that. This is uPromise being like, hey, we noticed that you made some transactions. These transactions are now pending in your account. So a big thing to learn here about cashback. All right, let me switch again. Cashback takes a while. It can take up to 90 days to get that percentage back. And it's really, it's odd to have that kind of a delay, because cashback, you earn more cashback when you have more sales, right? But you don't get it for a while. So it's this odd kind of dynamic where you have a whole bunch of sales, and then 90 days after those bunch of sales, you get a bunch of cashback. You know, it's really weird. But let's talk more about this, because now we know that cashback will show up in your cashback account as pending, right? And it's going to be pending for probably about 90 days. Maybe more, maybe less, depending on the situation. But it's important to note that it almost always takes about 90 days. You can get confused because certain websites will talk about like weekly payouts, monthly payouts, that kind of thing. That doesn't mean that you get your cash back in a week. That means that once you've accrued eligible cash back, so once the cash back has gone from pending to approved, then they can pay that out every week or every month. It doesn't mean that it only takes a week, or it doesn't, or it only takes a month. And that's a pretty common misconception, okay? So, pending, all right. And here's where a lot of kind of people get frustrated with cashback. They think that when the cashback is pending, that it's money that they can count on. You cannot count on cashback until it has been put in your account. There's so many different things that can go wrong, okay? Because you have to think about that. When it's pending with the retailer, what that means is that the retailer has not yet given the cashback website their money or the percentage. The retailer doesn't do that usually until the return period's passed and they know that there's no issues with the transaction. So that's why it's about like 90 days. And then at that point, they either approve or they, decline the cashback. So it, no matter what, will go to pending. It will be recognized by your cashback website, right? But it may get declined after that point, all right? So if you go, you can open up, there's ways to open up a whole bunch of different cashback websites and try and get multiple cashback websites to give you money on individual transactions. And what that'll do is it'll look like you have a bunch of money for pending transactions on a bunch of different websites. But then when Walmart actually goes to honor that, they'll only do it to one and all the other ones will get rejected, right? So just because it's pending in your balance doesn't mean that it's there. You can't count on it, okay? So let me show you a bit more about pending just to kind of solidify this a bit more. We're going to go into my top cashback account. And here we can see, outstanding is another word for pending. We can see I have $670 that are outstanding. So, these are all the transactions I've had recently, as you can see. And they're pending. So that's what I was talking about. I can't do anything with this until they've been accepted. And you can see that this transaction here got declined. So some are declined while they're still in the pending process. Like if a return happens, then Walmart will normally be like, oh, hey, this is being returned, and decline it. It's interesting, right? All right, so moving forward, what else can I tell you about cashback? Because there's a whole lot to cashback. So we've talked about how it's pending, how it gets paid, talked about how it's dangerous to assume that you have the money because you don't have it until you actually have it. We've talked about how to find cashback websites for your retailer with Google. We've talked about some of the differences. Don't pay attention to ratings and reviews. There's something else I wanted to show you guys though. Oh, we should talk about cookies. So the next issue, the other big issue with cashback, is making sure that your cashback is getting tracked properly. So you have to learn a little bit, not too much, but a little bit of the technical side about how cashback websites, like how does Walmart know that I came from that cashback website? What happens when I click the button, right? So here, let's show that. Go back to this view. Now we're going to go to our cashback website. This time we're going to use Top Cashback. We're going to search for Walmart. And now that we found Walmart, we're going to 3% cashback. And then click Get Cashback. Okay, so as soon as I click Continue, Top Cashback opens a Walmart.com page. if you look here, there's extra information in this link. So this extra information is used to link you to Top Cashback. So Walmart knows, hey, you were sent from this. This is your referral address, right? But then also, Top Cashback saves cookies in your browser on Walmart.com that has something to do with that process as well. So there's two places that things are being affected here, right? So now at this point, again, we would just proceed as normal and make our purchase to get our cash back. But there can be issues, obviously, like say that, okay, what if I have multiple orders? How do I handle that? You know, do I make a new tab every single time? What do I do? You know, so I actually do that. I make a new tab each time for the purchase. So I would go purchase one item and then go back here. I would click over here and then click get cash back and then open a new Walmart tab. I don't know if that's necessary. Maybe you can just keep shopping on one. You know, there's different ways to go about it, and you have to experiment with different things and figure out what works best. Okay, and a lot of figuring out what works best is just sending an email to your cashback websites, your cashback website of choice. Sending an email to their support team. It's great. Take advantage of that. They'll just be like, do this, 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 and this. It's great. So I got sidetracked there. What I was talking to you about was tracking and cookies. Okay. So cookies is something you need to know a little bit about. You can change your cookies in Google Chrome by going to Settings. And then from here, scrolling down, going to Advanced, scrolling down again, clicking on Content Settings, and clicking on Cookies. So before you start ordering, or before you start trying to use cashback, you always want to reset your cookies or clear your cookies for the associated websites. So you can do this by doing Walmart.com and then clicking Clear All. And then it's also good to do that for the cashback website itself. So in my case, I would just go You Promise and then remove all shown. Just like that. Clearing your cookies will fix most cashback issues unless it's something with the website that you can't do anything about. So if you're using a different internet browser, it's going to be a little bit different how you clear your cookies, but you're always going to be able to clear your cookies. Clear your cookies. I like alliteration. Anyway, so it's important that you know how to clear your cookies in whatever internet browser you use, because that's going to be useful to getting the best results out of cashback. Because that's the other issue with it, is making sure that it does track properly. Because if it's great to like learn about cashback, but if you're not using it right and then you're not actually earning any on your sales, what's the point, right? So I think that's about everything, guys. All right, I hope that was useful. How long was that? 18 minutes. Yeah, I thought I was going for about 20 minutes. All right. So cool. I didn't practice too much for this video, so sorry I was a little bit scatterbrained, but you know, I'll get there eventually. See you guys. Bye.